back on your feed at its regularly scheduled time. I am what should I say this week? I am the tallest host, Justin.
I'm probably the second tallest host, Derek.
And I'm your small but mighty host, Stefania.
Jeez. For the record, the only people that I've stood next to is Stefania, and Stefania's like a hobbit. And apparently Derek's the same height as Stefania, which is kind of crazy.
No.
I can vouch for that because I did meet Derek in person.
I am taller.
Okay.
Don't worry. People like short kings. You don't have to be defensive about it.
But
I'm average height, okay?
Sure. Anyways, this podcast was a tall order because we have so much to talk about. So we had, see what I did there? I did a little pun. Anyways, so we had to bring in the big guns. We had to bring in the talented, the amazing, the incredible Brandon Talks. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. I've seen it for months and I'm so excited to be a part of it and contribute.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. For people who don't know who you are, what do you talk about and where can the people find you?
I talk about all things pop culture, entertainment, movies, TV, Broadway, anything that's honestly, it's like sometimes things are just my mind, but this month has been mostly focused on Michael Jackson. I'm a big MJ fan, and I like it's coming out this in the next few weeks. So right now my content's very much that. It's not usually my content 24/7, but it's been like that. And you could find me Brandon Talks on all social media.
Oh, perfect, perfect. But speaking of people who might have some on-stage incidents, have you guys seen what happened to Jonathan Majors? Because I can't tell whether or not I should laugh or cry. Have we all seen the video by now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to play it for the viewers at home because I don't know if I should feel bad, but here is some footage from Jonathan Majors' new movie from the set of his Daily Wire film. But let's see what he's got.
And camera set. Here we go, guys. Ready? In 3, 2, 1, action! No!
Ooh.
Guys, let it go back.
Jeez. Okay. Here's the thing. Apparently this caused the entire crew to walk off the set due to unsafe conditions. But do we feel bad? Do we feel bad?
So actually, they that glass is like a breakaway glass that they did for that scene.
Yes.
It wasn't supposed to be used in that scene. It was supposed to be used in a scene after or later. They just decided to replace it then and there. So before it was like a regular window that was sturdy. But they were like, let's just replace it now for the later scene. And then that happened.
Even then, apparently they fell 6 feet to the ground. And according to sources after the incident on the South Carolina set, his co-star, Kilcoyne, received stitches all over his hands. But
damn.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Brandon, what was your reaction when you first saw this video?
I mean, I first thought it seemed a little bit too good to be true, but I don't think there's a reason. I think there's enough chaos. And I was like, are you like, it just feels like added salt to the wound when it's already, that whole headline of just him joining the Daily Wire movie seems already crazy enough. And then on top of that, the next headline after that is that. But I mean, I don't know. It was intriguing, and it was, apparently after he said like he's good and they were ready to go, but then I guess they just, like you said, they stopped doing everything, which was interesting.
Yeah. I'd argue that the salt on the wound is the producer's response to the workers walking out and demanding safer conditions, which is, I quote, "We do not negotiate with communists," which is a crazy thing to call people who just want safe working conditions. But hey,
Wow.
That's what you get when you sign up to work for the Daily Wire. So
Listen. When you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And
Yes.
listen. Okay. Hear me out. I believe that workers should use their power against their employer to fight for better, safer working conditions. You know who also fights against that? Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire. So you thought this was gonna be safe? You thought like you were gonna be safe with the guy's company that's remember when Ben Shapiro talks about how like black people are inherently more violent than other people? Remember how he every day on Trayvon Martin's birthday he makes a tweet about how he deserved it? Do we think that this would be a good environment, Jonathan? Did we really? Okay. And here's the thing. We've said it on this podcast before, back when Jonathan Majors was getting canceled and everything, and how, not canceled, but he was facing his legal battles. And I said, for the record, that through this whole trial thing, did Jonathan Majors do the crime that he was accused of in that instance? No, he did not. However, through the process of discovering who he is, I don't want to fuck with Jonathan Majors. He's a weirdo. Like, did he do that specific crime?
Yeah.
No. Is he weird? Yes.
it's very Kevin Spacey. Like, technically, he was not guilty, but I never ever want to be in a room with Kevin Spacey.
No.
That's for sure. Right. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like is Jonathan Majors actually canceled? Do we think so? What do we think?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I personally think this is like he's trying to, I mean, Daily Wire is an interesting route to go. I don't know how many offers he had, but I think it's like a big move either way because I'll get publicity rather him like going to a smaller studio, you know what I mean? So maybe that's his push of trying to get the publicity out there, whether the movie's good or not, whatever, you know what I mean? Maybe he's just trying to get that push to maybe go mainstream in the other direction, you know, by going maybe the extreme route. I don't know, but I think it'll definitely like it's a publicity move at the very least, I think, rather than going to a smaller
they're using
thing.
each other.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen canceled artists move to like right-wing media after they get canceled because that's the only work they're going to find. It doesn't look good on them, and then it kind of backfires on them because what they produce is actually just shit. Like, it's not good media at all. So I don't know how you're going to bounce back from this one.
Stefania, quick question.
He can't bounce back. He fell 6 stories, Steph. What do you mean?
Quick question, Stefania. Did you already cancel your Daily Wire Plus subscription, or you're just gonna re-up when the movie comes out, or are you just gonna keep paying the subscription until then?
There was the option to like pause it, you know, for
Steph,
however long I want to, and then resubscribe. I thought about it, but in the end, I kind of just felt like I should just keep it because, you know, we're gonna come back from this anyway, so I might as well stay in the game.
Who's we?
Slash S, guys. Slash S. Okay, just in case.
Anyways, speaking of we, have you guys been following this new movie that's been coming out with Zendaya and Robert Pattinson called The Drama?
Oh, yes.
Sure, kind of.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, I know Derek has been spoiled by the reveal. Steph, you have not been spoiled, correct?
No.
Are you sure you want to be spoiled? Because we're about to talk about it. Because it relies.
Is it like crazy?
It's not. It's not crazy. Okay.
I don't know. There was 2 nods, and then you were like, "It's not."
Hold on. Maybe using another Robert Pattinson movie as an example
Batman?
would be helpful here.
Twilight.
No. Have you seen the Robert Pattinson movie that at the end of the movie the camera zooms out into the city?
Oh my God.
And he's in one of the Twin Towers?
No. Speaking of, I
The
forgot
Twin Towers?
that vertical that you sent. That vertical you sent, Derek, of that horrible like goes back in time and changes the fate of like history. Remember?
Maybe.
This is off topic. where like he goes back to save the Twin Towers or something, goes back to save MLK. That
Oh,
vertical
the
that
AI
he's like,
generated.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That just reminded me of that.
Yeah.
What are
So I don't
you
know what you're
guys
talking about,
watching?
but
Anyway,
he sent
anyway,
it in the group.
I sent it in the group chat. Anyway, focus. Let's lock in here.
Uh-huh.
So it's a movie. It goes about. I think it's like. I think it's just like a drama, regular drama movie. I haven't seen it in a while. But then at the end, it zooms out. I don't remember the name of it. That's how like forgettable this movie is, except for the twist, which is that at the very end, the last scene of the movie is that it zooms out and he's in one of the Twin Towers, and it's implied that basically he dies in 9/11, and the movie has nothing to do with 9/11. It's just a regular degler movie. That's the kind of
Okay.
twist that the drama is kind of dealing with,
Gotcha.
but
I disagree.
on a little bit more probably more controversial because it's actually focal to the plot.
Well, okay,
Mm.
Brandon,
Okay.
what did you think of the drama? And for Steph's sake, what is the big spoiler?
Okay, so I could say it.
Okay, now's your
Yeah.
chance to
Okay,
log off.
So I did watch it. Yeah, I I did watch it. I enjoyed it. Mind you, I did not know, it's a different thing, but I did not know the controversy with the director going into it. So I went blind essentially. And the big reveal is that Zendaya's character planned a school shooting. She never went with it, but she planned it for months. She took the gun to school, but never, but then she changed her mind we'll get into that after. But yeah, that's the big thing.
Go! What happened to Euphoria? Go back to high school.
Honestly, it sounds like a Euphoria plot, to be honest with you. But okay, that's beside the point.
That's not that crazy of a big reveal, to
Here's
be
the
honest.
thing, though. She didn't do it, though.
I think the 9/11 one, though, was more interesting.
Okay, all right. But the whole thing is, although Zendaya didn't do it, people are treating her as if she did. And like,
Yep.
Hell?
okay, yes, because Robert Pattinson, they played a game like What's the Worst Thing You Ever Done with their 4 friends, whatever. And she reveals it, and everyone's like, yo, what the fuck? Here's my problem with the movie. Not that it's a problem, because I think it's intentional. There are other people in that circle who share way worse shit, and Zendaya's crime is just thinking about it. And like, what the fuck? Or
100%.
to be fair, she did do extensive planning. She was like recording her manifesto.
Yeah, she planned it.
You know, but also there's a girl, Alana Haim, one of the Haim sisters, who's the worst thing she's ever done is lock, in her words, a slow kid in an abandoned RV in the middle of the forest. And he went missing
That's fucked
for
up.
a long time until they found him. I know, right? That's so fucked up. Like, whoa.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So fucked up.
I
Yeah,
know.
who thought of what's going on in the writer's room? Yo.
Super fucked up.
Mhm.
And like,
Yeah.
here's the thing. I have a sneaking suspicion that this was not written for a black woman in mind, because having a black woman school shooter is such like a anomaly. We did not spend enough time talking about why a person with that background would do that, why she did it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like a whole other thing, right? And then Robert Pattinson is like kind of freaked out about it, but then he's like schlepping all the American stereotypes on Zendaya, like, oh, you Americans are your gun culture. It makes sense. Like, this would never, like, what the fuck? Like, are we going to dwell on this for a little minute? Like, no, it does not. That being said, I think this is an excellent movie. I really do. This is really good. Like, if you have time to see it, actually see it. And now that you're spoiled, I don't know if this raises you wanting to see it or not, but I think it's one of the best movies of the year so far. I'm sorry. Am I crazy for
Right.
saying that?
I think.
I think
look,
I will watch it.
I agree.
Yeah, I'll watch it eventually for sure. I think this is my conspiracy theory around this
Uh-oh.
movie is that this dude, the director, it's I'm gonna butcher this name, Christopher Borgli, I guess, right? He's Norwegian.
Christopher.
Christopher. Yeah, it's spelled offer, like OFFER. My theory is that the director of the drama made this movie so that the SEO and the Google search results for Christopher Burgley controversy or drama shows this movie instead of the weird 20-year age gap romance essay he wrote.
Wait,
or
what?
whatever it was like
Whoa,
years
I
ago.
had not heard about this.
Yeah.
Well,
Rewind.
okay, so
rewind.
that's
Okay, Brandon, please
yeah.
explain.
So that's the thing. So essentially, I also went in without knowing the controversy, but yeah, as Derek said, he basically had a relationship with like a minor essentially when he was younger, and right, but watching that film, I didn't know that, but now if you watch the film, I don't want to spoil more, but essentially there are scenes where Robert Pattinson basically has like a kind of like a weird like flashback, like it's a fantasy of him being with Zendaya's character as a little kid when she was like trying to plan a school shooting. So Robert Pattinson as an adult is with, cuddling with her and like, basically embracing Zendaya as a child. So obviously if you know that context, of the director's past going into that, and now you see that, it might make you a little uncomfortable watching that in the film. I didn't know that, so I just didn't think of it that way. But yeah, that's another
Steph's
layer
face.
to that film that might be a little...
Yo,
Yeah.
these entertainment guys are freaks, bro.
The movie,
I
Movie
mean,
industry.
the movie on its
freaks.
own, though.
we gotta call the authorities. Anyways, Dan, continue.
Law and Order, the drama. My issue with the movie in general, because I haven't seen it, I had it spoiled or whatever, but it sounds like to me another one of these like everybody sucks and here is a bunch of stress thrown at you on the screen. Enjoy. And I'm just over those types of movies at this
Okay.
point. Like I get it. I'm not saying it's bad, right? I'm just saying it's not for me. I'm not in a rush
You
to go see
can't
it.
judge it if you haven't
I've seen
seen
Uncut
it.
Gems. I saw Marty Supreme. I get it. People suck, and it's high stress situation. All right, whatever.
It is
I'll just
nothing
wait.
like Marty Supreme. Are you kidding me? No, you cannot judge unless you've seen the movie. That's bullshit, Derek. Anyways,
I'm not judging. I'm just saying I'll watch it eventually.
speaking of Timothée Chalamet being in high stress situations, have you guys gotten your Dune 3 tickets? Because it might be too late by the time you're listening to this recording. I live in Ohio, so I'm not worried about it. Are you guys worried about this ticket situation? Because two things that's important about this story that we're talking about. Number one, it's sold out so quickly. And number two, Avengers Doomsday tickets have not gone on sale. Are we worried that it might shift? Brandon, what do you think?
Okay, so I have a theory with the Doomsday thing. So Jumanji 3 was supposed to come out the week before. Like Dune and Avengers, but they moved out of that slate, and they were going to take that IMAX slate, but now it's removed. And remember, Dune 3 has the like exclusive 2-week window of IMAX. Don't like right now, Doomsday is not going to get IMAX. And as you know, every Avengers film is very crucial to the IMAX seating and the craziness. So I'm pretty confident that Avengers Doomsday is going to move a week earlier to have the IMAX slot. So at least they have the first week of the craziness in IMAX, and then they'll have Dolby and their other platforms when Dune comes out a week later.
Interesting. Okay. Are we worried that Avengers Doomsday hasn't ramped up their marketing like we thought they would because of this whole IMAX situation?
What do you mean? Robert Downey Jr. has tweeted so many fan arts of
Yes.
Doctor Doom. That's all the marketing we need.
No,
Yes,
There's
I'm
only
concerned.
so many green suits this man can wear.
I don't think
To
it
events.
started. I don't think it's really started. Like,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
released
Yeah.
one trailer,
It's still
I
very
hope-
early.
and then the whole
I hope that's what it is.
The whole Avatar mini trailer thing, where it's like different trailers each week. It's like that. It really hasn't ramped up, and maybe as Spider-Man gets closer, I think we'll see an Avengers Doomsday trailer before that, or maybe the end credits of Spider-Man will feature something Avengers Doomsday related. Like I think we have a long runway. And as far as IMAX is concerned, I don't understand why is this even a conflict at all? Like, this really doesn't have to be that close together. Maybe it's just but like, do we need Doomsday? Do we really need it?
No. No.
It's just for, fans and social media to just like it's to boost it, really. It's like the whole Barbenheimer thing. People saw back-to-back Oppenheimer and Barbie or vice versa. So it's kind of just to give the attention to both movies on one day.
It's too close together. It's too close.
I know. I always see a Marvel movie in IMAX. No other way of seeing it because it's the best way.
Damn, you got money like that?
All
Homie,
right.
I got credits, Cinemark credits, bro. Join that membership, homie. You get a credit each month, and it rolls over.
Okay, no free
All right,
ads.
not sponsored
no
by
free
Cinemark, by the
ads.
way. No. I also I don't have AMC subscription, but that's another thing. Anyway, so for Doomsday to not get an IMAX showing is a little bit rough because, like you said, they kind of what's it called? They value IMAX showings for Avengers movies. It helps with their numbers. I have a Cinemark XD theater that is like 25 minutes away from me that always sells out because it's like XD, but it has recliners, like nice seating. It's a really nice theater. So I don't know if they would show, that's not IMAX really, it's XD. I don't know if they'd show Doomsday on that theater because that's going to sell out. I know that. And I won't be able to get tickets for sure because I have an IMAX theater like 5 minutes away from me. That's where I go see it. And if they're not going to show Doomsday in IMAX, then I might have to try like AMC because I don't know, what's my backup here? Also, I looked up on Cinemark and IMAX to see Dune tickets, and I didn't see anything. So I wonder if it's only like New York City or like maybe 70 millimeter that they released because they did that for what's it called? Odyssey. Yeah. So I didn't see anything near me. Maybe it's just in like big cities like New York that they did it.
We shall.
Yeah, it was only one select location. It was only a IMAX 70 millimeter on Thursday at 7 p.m. Like one showing, I think it was.
Got it. So it was just like true IMAX theaters and that they were doing pre-sale for. Gotcha.
I understand why Disney and Marvel aren't doing more Doomsday marketing, right? They don't want to like oversaturate the genre, right? They've got the Spider-Man marketing to take care of and stuff. But I fear that because Dune it doesn't have to worry about that kind of stuff, it's beating out Doomsday in terms of hype, right? Because it doesn't matter. It's not competing with Spider-Man. So it's just releasing its marketing on its own terms, and kind of by a side effect of that is that it's building up that hype. Like today, they released like a little bit of new footage, and it looks really cool. It looks really awesome, right? And it was part of like their tickets available now type release that they did. So it's just, again, Marvel's a victim of their own success, right? Every issue that they've had in the past 5 years is just they did too well at the beginning and they had the plan, and then the plan changed and they got overambitious, or Disney Plus got in the way, or whatever the reasons are. And I think the current reason is, even though we've been on a bit of a reduced Marvel diet for the past couple years,
Reduced Marvel diet.
they're now all of a sudden they want to like avoid over outputting stuff. So I don't know.
We shall see. Speaking of seeing, it's time for my favorite part of the show. It's Special Viewers Unit. So get ready. Still scrolling. SVU, also known as Special Viewers Unit, where we dive a little bit deeper into a specific movie or television show. And today, we get to talk about the biggest movie of the year so far, Super Mario Galaxy. I think we will have a lot to say about this. I've been saving all of my thoughts for this, but Steph, you had a little bit of a trial and error seeing this movie. Would you like to let the viewers know how you climbed through blistering winds and scorching deserts to see this Oscar-worthy film?
Yes, my journey to the theater was one that your parents would tell you of how they got to school when they were your age, through a blizzard and steamy desert. Anyways, so I went to see Super Mario Galaxy in IMAX Friday night. We had gotten tickets. There was 4 of us to go see it. I've been going to this theater ever since I was a kid. Never had an issue. Always seeing IMAX most of the time. And we get there, and there's like a huge line at the ticket purchase area, which usually there never is. People buy their tickets ahead of time. And then there was someone that we heard as we walked by saying, we heard like IMAX debacle. and my brother was like, what does that mean? So we get to the ticket check-in area to scan, and they said, IMAX is shut down today. And we said, what do you mean? This is like a 7 o'clock showing. What do you mean? And I guess there was like a error problem, whatever they had to fix. So IMAX had been shut down the entire day that day. So we had to refund our tickets. And we're like, well, now what do we do? We're trying to see if there were movies available in standard format available or AMC theaters. They were all sold out for like 7 o'clock showings, 8 o'clock showings, whatever. So we're like, we got our free refund tickets, and we're like, what do we do now? So we were able to get the next night, Saturday night, in standard viewing, and we were going to call in the morning to see if IMAX had been fixed. It had not been fixed, so we saw it in standard format. So it was crazy because that day on Friday, I was like, I'm gonna miss 2 big games tonight because UConn women's were playing and my hockey team was playing, and I was like, I'm gonna miss 2 games and I have to go watch this movie. But I was like, oh, I can watch the games now. I go home, both teams lose. I was like, this day just gets better. I blame Mario. Next day, go see Mario, and my team was again playing. And I think UConn men's was playing too. And I got out of the theater and I went home to watch my team. My team lost. UConn men won.
Jesus.
So again, I half blame Mario. But yeah, my experience with the movie, watching it, I have opinions on that as well.
All right. So I want to let you know that the IMAX being down was a blessing in disguise, because this movie does not deserve IMAX. This is one of the worst movies of the year. I'm sorry. I can't. It is. Why are we acting like it's good?
Yeah.
Okay, before we get into it.
This is how I, for the record, this is a completely different topic, but this is how I feel about like Avengers needing IMAX screens. Like, if I had to choose Dune Part 3 or Avengers Doomsday in IMAX, I'm going with
Get
Dune.
out.
Like,
don't stop lying. Stop lying on the pod, Derek.
I'm not.
You're lying.
I'm not.
But it's. I do want to mention that
Anyway,
the box office at $372.5 million globally. This is going to be a $1 billion movie. It's a smash success. No matter what we say, people are still seeing this movie.
Yeah.
Brandon, what did you think of? I think the worst movie of the year. Brandon, like, what did you think?
I thought it was fine. I actually have strong opinions on this film, and it just in general the whole. Yeah, I like, no, like it didn't offend me. It didn't offend me. You know, like it was like, you know, that's my big take on it, is that I think it's an Illumination problem rather than just the Mario problem. Like, if you compare other animated studios, Sony, DreamWorks, Pixar, they have their own identity when it comes to film, like when it comes to what they make. And I think most of the films that Illumination makes are a lot more like, you know, for children compared to the other ones. You know, they're a lot more, they don't have the themes they used to get with other ones, right? When you look at Despicable Me or Sing a little bit more, but or like Migration or Minions, they're all like very like, you know, like slapstick childish humor compared to the other, like, you know, other studios. And I think that's why I kind of like went in expecting that, you know what I mean? Especially after the first Mario, it's kind of similar. I think a little bit worse. There's not as much story, I think, in this one. I think it's more, you know, member berry stuff like that. But I just think it's a studio problem rather than an actual, you know, film problem. You know what I mean? But that's just me. So it was fine to me.
Fine.
That makes sense. And they might have like gathered all their potential for the first one, because it's like, if this does not do well, we're gonna have a Mario's 1993 situation on our hands, right? Or whenever that the other movie came out. So I completely agree with you. I think they tap into a little bit of like better quality storytelling, but you could still kind of see that it was a little bit member berries. Like, I don't think Donkey Kong should have been in the first one. You know, like, I don't think that story should have been the story that we got, but it was still a good movie and it was still like solid. And then now they don't have to worry about that. Now it's just build the universe, baby.
But it
Give me
doesn't
Glenn
build the
Powell.
universe. Like okay,
Yeah.
it's bad.
Build
There's
the
no
universe. Build the
story
universe.
here. There's nothing to
Yeah.
grab
Yeah.
onto. It's like, okay, here's the thing. There are segments, there are whole portions of this movie where like, why are we on this planet? Why are we here? There's no conflict in this movie. There's no reason to split the characters up. It just does not make any narrative sense. And it's not like one of those things where like you can be like, oh, the CGI is bad or something like that, because the CGI looks finished, it's polished, it looks beautiful, but there is zero substance in this movie. This is a candy coated like mess. Like can anybody
It's very Stranger Things final season.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
But listen, can anyone like tell me
Brandon,
why
for
there was a whole
context,
Baby
for context,
Mario
they
segment?
enjoyed-
Did we really need Baby Mario and Baby
Yeah.
Luigi? Did we really?
It's just a
Oh.
cameo thing. Like, oh my god, they did Baby Mario. I didn't think they would do that.
Guys,
Yeah,
they're
and more
doing a
merchandise.
Yoshi spin-off opportunity.
No, they
They're
aren't.
putting it out there. They're throwing everything at the wall. They're like, yo, what if we adapted the worst Mario Universe game? Let's adapt Yoshi's Island. Let's
Oh
go.
my gosh.
That crying baby that was super fucking annoying, he won't be annoying on screen for sure. And so they're throwing everything at the wall.
Why
right
is
now.
Donald
Seeing what
Glover
sticks.
voicing Yoshi? Why is there a realistic dinosaur in a
Vin Diesel
world
grew.
with a fake-looking turtle dinosaur, and they don't comment on it? Why? What was the point of that entire thing? Why are we giving Yoshi like literally 2 minutes of a backstory just to be like, he's here now, and then it's like, what? He's walking down the street to Biggie? That's it? We don't even, well,
Yeah.
what does that make sense? Where does he come from? Why is he here? That makes
I was
no
like-
sense.
I was like, if I had a nickel for every time Biggie was played in a New York
Oh
City
my
like
God.
walkthrough, whatever, I'd have 2 nickels because Spider-Man, Into the
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse, and then Mario Galaxy.
You're telling me, like, it makes no sense. Are you telling me that Bowser just willingly wants to become a slave worker to the bees to help out Mario?
I thought it was because he knew that his son was gonna find him, but I
He
didn't know
didn't.
how to prove that.
It was a complete
Yeah, I don't-
surprise.
there's no way to prove
like,
that.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna say
think-
my
yeah.
summary of like me watching this movie. I was bored.
it was boring.
I was bored watching this movie. There were at the end when Peach saves Rosalina and they like whatever Super Saiyan whatever. I was like, that's it. There's no conflict. There's no
No
stakes.
conflict.
I didn't feel that energy. I enjoyed the first movie a lot more. So I don't know what happened
Yeah.
between then and now.
Like literally, you're
You know what?
telling
I'd
me
rather just watch the
Rosalina knew
intro.
where Peach was, her little sister, knew and told stories about her to the little star people, which are her children, and never bothered to get Peach back or none of that. None of that. Just
Yeah.
we're not doing anything like that. It's ridiculous. Like, stop wasting my time. They're spitting on my leg and tell me it's raining. Like, it's just. Why are we here? I don't understand. I don't get it. And I understand that some kid is going to be watching Super Mario Galaxy, and then they'll grow up in a couple years, and then they'll make a 3-hour-long video essay about like why everyone was wrong about Super Mario Galaxy and how deep it was. But it's not. We're living in the now. I'm
And it's Brie Larson's fault.
Oh, of course, it's somehow like it.
She didn't smile enough.
Oh my gosh, it was just I couldn't.
I
do
think-
it.
I think we're in a weird spot. I think we're in a weird spot as humans, right? Because none of this has happened before, right? We've never been in a position until right now where humanity was introduced to arguably the most iconic video gaming system and character. They grew up with it, and then it was repackaged for their kids, but technically it's for them. Even though they're adults already, they're buying it and they're sharing it with their kids, right? Like, nobody's marketing the Mario video games to children at this point, right? Like, 5-year-olds, 7-year-olds, they're not tuning into Nintendo Direct when that comes out, right? They're not waiting to see the new keynote on Nintendo's slate for the year, right? It's all still very much geared towards the adults, but then Now, with the movies, they're making it for the kids. So they turn out this like, here's a movie.
Slop.
You know, you're not gonna like it, but your kids are gonna like it. So it's a weird situation to be in, because I think if in hindsight we could look back on this and be like, hey, it'll still make $1 billion, just make a better movie, and that would work out, right? So it's really weird, and I'm honestly at the point where just give me whatever like fighting scene CGI slop you're gonna give me for Super Smash for that movie. Just give me that.
I don't think
Let's skip
they
to that
said
point.
they're not making a Super
I don't
Smash
need any more
Brothers
Mario
movie.
movies.
Yeah, they teased Daisy at the second post-credit scene, so
Right.
I don't know where they're going with that.
Who knows?
Yeah,
And
I'm saying
Luigi
stop-
has a
stop
new
making
girlfriend
Marios.
coming.
Is he?
Oof.
Is
That's
he?
another
Doesn't
spin-off.
matter. Are they? Are they just going to be in
Luigi's
love in the
Mansion?
next one, and it's going to ignore everything? Like,
Here's the plot. Here's the plot for the Luigi's Mansion movie. Okay,
Yes.
you ready? He gets the mansion, okay, but he has to get married, and also has to, unspookify the mansion.
so it's the proposal,
That's it right there.
or is it the Santa Claus? Too.
Both.
Oh my gosh!
It's like Santa Claus meets Scooby Doo.
Sure, whatever, fine, fuck it. We'll come back to this podcast in 5 years. Anyways, I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us. If you enjoyed Brandon's takes and what he's saying, where can the people find you, Brandon Talks?
Everywhere on Instagram, TikTok. I'm mostly active there, and YouTube as well. But yeah, anywhere.
All right, you can find us on the socials, on TikTok, Twitter, Blue Sky, YouTube, all that jazz, and we'll see you Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Thursday.
Bye.